And welcome back to American Agenda. I'm Heather Childers along with Bob Sellers. Following the recommendation of a group of CDC advisors, as expected, the CDC and the FDA lifted their pause on the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, saying that the label will be updated to warn of blood clot risk. So, should Americans feel safe getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine? Joining us now to weigh in is CEO of GeoVax, David Dodd. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So as expected, Dr. Fauci had said that he was going to do this pause and then lift it on Friday. He did lift it on Friday. Do you think that that was a wise move? And should they have paused it to begin with? Because I think a lot of people are now questioning whether or not they want to get that vaccine.
Well, the pause was appropriate. I think that was a wise move to have the discussion that they had and now to release it and to go forward. I think it's ready to be taken. I'm in line for the single dose Johnson & Johnson one.
Oh.
And speaking of in line, doesn't GeoVax have something you're working on down the line?
Yeah. Yes, we do. We are working on a single dose vaccine that would not require refrigeration, that would actually address the multiple variants. It's a broader coverage than what you're seeing with either the Moderna, the Pfizer, or the Johnson & Johnson AstraZeneca. They focus on a particular protein. Ours is focused on a broader coverage to be able to cover the variants before they emerge.
Well, given what has happened with Johnson & Johnson, is there something you feel like, a bar you're going to have to overcome to get people to accept it? Because it sounds like there are a number of people now that are having second thoughts.
I don't think so relative to our product, and the reason why is the technology we use is very well recognized by regulatory authorities. There are already products on the market with it. That differs from either the Moderna, Pfizer, or J&J or AstraZeneca. Ours is known as an exquisitely safe platform. It was actually developed for people who have comorbid conditions and who are at risk of taking vaccines. So safety is our strongest parameter, frankly.
Because one of the main differences, I guess, and you can explain it perhaps without getting too much into the weeds, was the Moderna and the Pfizer were mRNA, and then you had the AstraZeneca and the J&J vaccine, which were different than that, and those two are the ones that seem to be having the most issues.
Yes, and they all four of those are focusing on a particular protein, which we also include in ours. Their technology, however, limits them to only being able to focus on a single protein at a time of the virus, which means as the variants emerge, they'll have to reconfigure as one does in annual influenza vaccines. Our technology allows us to encode multiple protein components, which is what we have in animal testing right now, and we're encouraged by the results we're seeing. But we hope to be able to demonstrate that it'll cover a much broader coverage of both antibodies as well as cellular immunity and cover basically variants before they emerge.
So when do you expect this to be available?
Well, we expect to move into the clinical development stage probably in less than a year. It may be accelerated because we've received initial funding from NIH. They are very interested in what our results are showing. As soon as we have those ready to share with the federal government, we'll do that. And we expect and wouldn't be surprised to see accelerated funding from them so that we can go forward much faster and be into the clinic within a year and then be able to go into humans shortly thereafter.
Wow.
Very good.
Sounds like that would be great news. Thank you.
We hope so.
All right.
Thank you, David. David Dodd of
Thanks.
GeoVax, in case you're following the developments there.